The race to be San Diego's next mayor is projected to be a head-to-head match between Assemblyman Todd Gloria and City Councilman Scott Sherman.
So here's a look right now at the latest numbers for you. You see Gloria right there leading the entire field, while Sherman came in second, but Gloria 40% versus Sherman's 25%. Barbara Bree is a close third. News 8's Chris Groh live at Gloria's campaign headquarters to talk about how this race is expected to turn out. Chris, what are you hearing there?
Good morning, Netta and Eric. And we actually just spoke with Assemblymember Todd Gloria, and specifically since he finished #1 last night, we asked him, even though the votes haven't been counted, how he feels potentially about going head-to-head against council member Scott Sherman, though he did say because the race between Barbara Bree and Scott Sherman is so tight, he's not exactly ready to comment on that yet. And instead, no matter who he faces, he plans to make his campaign in November about what he can do for San Diego.
You know, this campaign has never been about who I'm running against. I have run on the notion of what I want to do as mayor and the vision I have for this city, and the voters have rewarded that. You know, we kept a very positive campaign focused on me and my vision for the city.
And so Gloria said that he's prepared for a November runoff election versus Scott Sherman or Barbara Bree. Gloria previously sat on the city council and served as interim mayor before running for the state assembly. Now, he says his platform consists of fighting climate change, homelessness, and affordable housing. While it was just the primary, Gloria did handedly outpace the other candidates. Those included Bree, who finished third, as well as Tasha Williamson and Gita Applebaum, amongst others. Now, the fight to replace Mayor Kevin Faulconer is squarely, again, between potentially these three candidates. We're still waiting to find out which two, Gloria, Sherman, and then again, if Bree is able to pull out some more of these votes before the vote is finalized. Now, Gloria and the other candidates, he told us he expects the time between now and November. The voters will be focused on his campaign, but earlier today, we spoke with Councilmember Scott Sherman, who said that he believes that the voters will instead be focusing on how each candidate is different in their approach to these issues. Take a listen on what he had to say to us.
Todd and I have different views on how the city should move forward. Todd's about government solutions to government-created problems. I'm more about removing regulation, barriers to entry, creating opportunity for people across the spectrum. And I believe more in the power of the individual than the power of government. You know, I've worked in the private sector. Todd's been in government his entire life.
And Councilmember Scott Sherman says he's pretty confident that he will end up finishing second once the votes have been signed off on. And we did hear from Councilmember Barbara Bree just a short while ago. She released a statement on her website, and I'm going to read from it right now, a short part of it. She said, quote, "I don't know whether or not we made history last night. I do know that our performance has shocked the establishment." Now, you could read the rest of her statement where she, again, expresses her gratitude in her campaign and her supporters. But again, that kind of unknown about whether or not when the final votes are tallied, if she will indeed best Sherman, or if potentially we head into any type of recount situation. So a lot to pay attention to in this mayor's race, especially as we head into November. Back to you.
Yeah, their race still neck and neck, Sherman and Bree, so we'll see.
Yeah, very close.
Chris, thank you very much.